This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by GoDaddy.com, 99cent.com with code MMA Nuts 99. Save 30% off new orders with code MMA Nuts 30. Butcher Box, get grass-fed meats delivered to your house. Get $10 off with code MMA Nuts. Tire Buyer, get tires shipped to an installer of your choice. Save 7% off with code MMA Nuts 7. Freshly, chef-cooked healthy meals delivered to your door. Save $20 off the 6-meal plan for first-time users with code GWN639. Defense Soap, used by more champions in more countries than any other brand. Save 15% off with code MMA Nuts. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 337.
337!
My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, MMA Show. By my fans, for my fans, we're walking the line between serious and ridiculous. What's going on? Dying?
Awkward silent stare.
I don't care. You trying to sex me up?
No.
I know it.
Whoa.
You got that GSP vibe going, Ingo.
Oh no.
Or watch yourself.
Okay. I'm going to go to my dark place.
Sweet. UFC 211, Ingo!
Yes. Well,
how many fights?
14, 15.
14!
15.
Let's fucking just put them all on. Let's do this.
I was just talking to somebody about this a couple days ago, how there hasn't really been a card in a while that I'm just like, man, I got to watch this as my mic falls off.
Yeah.
This one is in the ballpark. I think there's a chance that this could be pretty good, but I don't know. It's still not like, I got to see this one, but I'm going to see it.
It's
but
getting
like,
there
it's
because
close.
we got the heavyweights as the main event, and there hasn't been a... Hey, I know these guys have fought, but this is another heavyweight fight headlining a card.
Yes.
We get right into it?
Yes, and it's a rematch.
Yeah. It's shocking at heavyweight. Junior Dos Santos versus Stipe Miocic. So, Dos Santos, he's kind of weird. He's kind of weird. I'll start with that. He's had one fight a year for the last 4 years. So, October 2013, lost to Velasquez. He beat Stipe in December of 2014. Lost to Overeem December 2015. And then he beat Ben Rothwell in April of 2016. Well, when I'm looking at this fight, I always get concerned for Stipe because the heavyweight championship, you can never defend it more than twice, and then you lose just based on history. Well, he's sitting on one title defense, so he's either going to lose this fight or lose the next one. So it's a matter of when is it going to happen, not if. So we got that going. What else?
Well, Junior has not looked the same since his wars with Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, and I wonder, are we going to start to see, think of Rory McDonald and Robbie Lawler, right? So Robbie pretty much beat the fucking face off of Rory McDonald to the point he had to quit because his face just gave in. And you saw that happen to Junior when he fought Cain both times.
Oh, yes.
And, he gets hit and he bleeds.
Man. Oh, yes.
And even in the Stipe fight, he was bleeding. The Overeem fight, he was bleeding. He did well against Rothwell, but Rothwell wasn't moving.
No.
Rothwell was just standing in front of the man, and that's where he's able to land that push kick and send fucking Rothwell all the way across the cage onto his ass, fucking 300 style.
Yeah.
So the thing I saw lately about Dos Santos is he has a hard time if the other guy is using a lot of movement, and that's what happened in the Overeem fight when he fought Overeem.
Yep.
Overeem, he was fighting... I didn't like the way Overeem was fighting because he was running away the whole fight.
Of course, that's what he's been doing.
He's trying to lure him in, and he lures him in, and he claps him.
Yep.
And Miocic, he's having that problem too, where he's been pursuing, and then he gets dropped, but he's been able to weather the storm a bunch. I forget how many fights he's won now. It's something crazy.
Miocic?
After he lost to Dos Santos, he went 4-0. So he beat Mark Hunt, Arlovsky, Werdum, and Overeem. So that's like a murderer's row.
Yeah, all in stunning fashion too.
TKO, knockout. So the last time they fought,
it was a war. It was a back and forth battle. I felt like it could have gone either way. And if I recall, there was one judge who had it like the scores were like one judge had it this, one had it that, and then the other guy. It was super close. I don't know that in that fight either guy really showed that they could beat the other guy handily. So I don't know that this fight's going to go that much different.
And Dos Santos' face was a mess in that fight,
of
too.
Course.
And I think the takeaway was that Miocic got tired. Again, he's looking up at the clock going, man, is this thing over yet?
Yep.
I'm like, what am I doing?
Because Dos Santos can take a punishment. He's like, he might be part Mexican or something.
Well, I think he's too tough for his own good because, you know, those fights with Velasquez, we've questioned, why does the corner not throw the towel in?
Yeah,
there's a point where you take a beating that you may not recover.
Yeah. Remember the pictures of his face after the next day they had shown? It doesn't even look like him because his face is so freaking swollen. He took so much punishment from Kane. And Kane, you know, is not a huge power guy, but just the volume of just constant boom, boom, boom. I don't know. Did you say who you're going to pick on this?
Not yet. I'm just thinking Miocic is pretty mentally tough because remember, when he beat Werdum, he went to Brazil to beat Werdum. And he got Werdum chasing him and then clipped him running in.
Yes,
so it seems like these heavyweights, it's whoever comes in is the one who gets clipped.
Yeah, you can't get crazy.
Late. And
I'm trying to remember.
You know, these fights in heavyweight can go either way. I mean, I'm really leaning towards Miocic.
I am.
By a decision, because I don't know if you can knock Dos Santos out. Like I said, he's too tough for his own good. It just keeps coming and coming. And and that was the other thing. Like the first time they fought, Dos Santos was working the body a lot on Miocic. I don't know. And it was primarily a boxing match.
Oh, yeah.
And Miocic was going for takedowns. He couldn't really get them. Maybe got a couple in that fight. But I think he wore himself out in the process of trying to wear out Dos Santos. But I think fighting once a year for 4 years is going to not work out well for Dos Santos. And if Miocic uses his movement, I think that's where Dos Santos is struggling, especially this new Dos Santos. So
without the TRT?
Without the,
whatever it is.
With USADA in full effect. I don't think you can take a fight a year and then just step into a championship fight and be successful. So I'm going to take Miocic. I don't think he could stop Dos Santos, but again, maybe the corner will stop Dos Santos this time.
His own corner?
You know, show us some mercy. If we're going 0-4, don't let the man take a beating in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah, I mean, the Brazilian, after all, they're very proud. I see where you're going with this. It's hard to find a lot of flaws in your logic. I'm just going to say, you know, looking back at Dos Santos' record, he's only fought once every year, but prior to that, he wasn't extremely more active either. He was only fighting like 2, maybe 3 times. He was never really a super active fighter, and the guy's got good boxing. He's got a lot of power, even though, you know, now he's kind of weathered and worn. I think Stipe, I don't know if you mentioned it right now or before we started taping, but that guy likes to get knocked down or hit. Remember the Maldonado fight? And like,
it's not every fight, but he gets clipped.
Yes.
He gets clipped. He's willing to take one to give one.
It's hard to do that in the heavyweight division, though, and come away unscathed every time.
But he's been primarily lucky doing it because he'll go for a takedown or hold on and enough weather storm, get back up, and then get that guy crazy and coming after you. Yeah.
So I just feel like Junior right now is due for, you know, like a resurgence, dare I say, you know? A resurgence of the Dos Santos. Remember what a murderer he was. I mean, I still remember that freaking uppercut he put on Werdum in Chicago. That was so crazy. He starched him, and I was like, wow, that guy's got a lot of power. He still has that power, whether he's USADA'd up or not. You know, and I feel like there's too many, the heavyweight belt being held for so long already. There's all these factors that are going to go against Stipe in the grand scheme of you want to be like, you know, superstitious or whatever. And then here we go with the Dos Santos, who already beat him once. I know it wasn't handily, but he already beat him. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a decision by Dos Santos. I think he will eke this one out again. Stipe gets tired again. Dos Santos.
I hope not. And I hope we don't have this bullshit. That fight, you had the moments of Stipe wall installing him. Like let's use our craft.
Got tired.
Use some kicks. Do something besides just trying to tire the other person out. So.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Demain Maia. Masvidal. Who's excited?
Well, let's just state, thank you, UFC, for not giving Maia a title shot ever and forcing this guy into the worst matchup of a style fight for him.
That's obviously done for a reason.
Yeah.
They don't want him to hold the belt.
Why should we have a respectful, true martial artist as a champion? We had a GSP. We don't
it's not
need
going to put
another.
asses in the seats. They're looking for Conor McGregor style dudes. They need exciting. They need flashy. They need loud mouthed. They need butts in the seats.
Well, you need both, I think. What's wrong with the respectful man?
I don't have a problem with it,
right?
but it doesn't sell pay-per-views, unfortunately.
Why not?
It just
GSP sold pay-per-views. He wasn't the most exciting of fighter.
He was not. But he was Canadian. He had the accent.
Yeah, he had a country behind him. Damian's got Brazil.
Yeah, but the Brazilians, I feel like, they're behind him, but not really. Like, it's kind of like, they're behind everybody, but it's a different thing. Like, Brazilians are a proud culture, but I feel like they have, it's weird. Like, it seems like they're not like the Irish or something, like, where they're just nutso. Like, they follow their fighters to places.
I think they are, because look at
so?
every time they fight in Brazil, they're like, kill the white guy!
That's in Brazil. That's in
kill
Brazil.
the white man!
That's some racist shit. That's different. Irish are just like, we're the Irish.
Yeah.
We dominate everybody. It's not an angry thing. It's like a love us, love our fighters.
Sure.
And all this. The Brazil is more like they're gonna, shank you and stuff. It's different. So where was I going with this? I don't know. Damian basically has been. Oh, dare I say the word, a journeyman? Does that qualify as a journeyman?
He's 39.
I mean, he has fought everybody and anybody in multiple weight classes. I mean, he's been at the pinnacle. He's fought the Anderson Silvas. Finally, now he's going back to his roots and using his jiu-jitsu. I like that. I hope he doesn't get crazy in this fight because Masvidal obviously could definitely lure him into some crazy stand-up thing. That is my concern, is that Masvidal has a power, flashiness, like the unexpected thing. And Damian, I mean, yes, he can take a punch, but he's been knocked out, knocked down, whatever. I remember that. It's in Mark Munoz when I think that was the fight where he got all crazy with the stand-up and he was doing okay, but then
doing well,
but then Munoz was like
faded.
Boom, and I mean he cracked him a couple times and it was over after that. So please don't do that, Damian. I love Damian Maia. I just think this is too much for him. I don't think he wins this fight. As much as I hate to say this, I hate to say it, I think he's gonna get knocked out.
Well,
I do. And Masvidal is too tough.
It could happen because this is you have a guy with I forgot what his takedown defense in Masvidal. It's like 80%.
Do I have it here?
Super high. But I just so it's like what happens if Damian can't get it to the mat? He can pull guard. I mean that's a potential for Maia.
He could do that.
But I think he can get the takedown.
Apparently,
that's really where this fight is. Can you get it down or not?
It's not to cut you off. It says Masvidal has a black belt in wrestling. I did not know this existed. Is there such a thing?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But I don't know. Masvidal's quality of opponents, I haven't been too impressed with. I know he just beat Cerrone, but again, Cerrone was taking 100 fights on short notice. Like I want to fight in 2 weeks, and all right, Masvidal. So I don't think Cerrone really showed up for that before he fought Ellenberger, and that was a weird fight because Masvidal was clearly winning that fight, but that was the fight. Ellenberger got his foot caught between the mat and the cage, and then Hermione decides to call a timeout. Then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you can't call a timeout. It's a TKO win." Masvidal would have probably won that, but I just haven't been impressed with Masvidal. I like him as a fighter, but sometimes he fights the level of his opponent, and sometimes in the 3rd round it seems like he cruises because he feels like he's ahead, and he loses a split decision. He lost one to Benson Henderson, and I forgot who his other split
Lawrence
decision
Larkin.
was.
Yep.
Just because he wasn't putting the output out in the 3rd round.
Got lazy in the last round in both fights, So what are you thinking?
I'm still debating this one.
I know.
I'm looking at also Maia's defense again. 13 significant strikes absorbed in his last 4 fights.
Sure.
You're looking at
he's on top of his opponents the whole time.
Carlos Condit, Matt Brown, Gunnar Nelson, Neil Magny.
Yeah. That Magny one was impressive.
Let's see. He won all 4 of those fights, and I think he submitted 3 of the guys by rear naked choke, with the exception of Gunnar Nelson. So he basically just backpacked everybody. And that's the thing. If Damian gets your back, the only way that you're either you gotta hope the round ends or you're getting submitted. You're not getting out of that.
No.
It's just done at that point. And all
Scary.
these guys see that. It's just brutal.
Nobody wants
He's just so another level. And if I'm Damian Maia, we interviewed him like a year and a half ago. We were talking to him about the money and the title. Like, what is more important to you? It's like, I want the title. He's like, I don't really care about the money. And so here's a guy that now you told him he was going to get a title shot. Now you've taken away his title shot. He's going to destroy people. Like that's why I fear for Masvidal, and I'm changing my thought process now. As I talk about this.
I feel
more.
The tide is turning.
He's
talking himself into it. Here he goes.
Well, I thought it was going to be a decision, but now I'm going to say that Maia's going to finish him. He's going to submit him.
First round?
I don't know if I can call first round. I will go second round rear naked choke.
Okay.
Since that's what he seems to be crushing people on of late.
Oh, yes.
Because he's just been on such a tear.
Scrappy.
I mean, what Maia did to Carlos Condit was just obscene.
Oh, I hear you.
You know, first round, just almost instantly takes him down, cracked him once, and then gets his back, gets a rear naked choke, and that was it. Like, who does this? Who does that to Condit?
Condit is a good jiu-jitsu guy, too.
It's not, right. Yeah. Like, he was a finisher, and
man,
makes it look easy. Look like a white belt, and that's hard to do.
People don't appreciate that, I think, especially the non, like, super grappling-oriented MMA fans. I mean, when you watch that, you go, oh, big deal, the guy took him down, whatever. Listen, you will not ever, unless you've had that feeling of like a person basically does whatever the fuck they want to you, and you can't do anything about it, even though like these guys are at some sort of similar level, he just comes in and takes them down and rides them or rides their back or whatever, and they can't do anything. Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, it's and Gunnar Nelson was another one. That guy's no joke on the ground. I mean,
he manhandled him.
It's like a little
It's like
kid.
a man versus a boy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't, it's crazy. And he's got that Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is like he weighs 180 pounds and feels like he's 500 pounds when he's on top of you.
It's solid. I think Rogan always said it. He knows exactly how to move. There's no fat in his diet as far as like the precision of everything he's doing. It's just
tight. Yep.
Very precise.
Oh, yes. So we are disagreeing on the outcome. I think this would be a very interesting fight. I like Maia's style, so I'm not ever going to really be bored, but I think he might actually make it pretty exciting either way. I think it can go either way, but I think it could.
I just hope this isn't similar to the Jacare versus Whitaker fight.
Oh, geez, yeah, I know.
That's the thing I have in the back of my head.
Don't jinx it! Knock on wood.
So, I'm going Maia. You got Masvidal.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully it'll be a good fight. We're moving right along. Frankie Edgar, Yair Rodriguez.
Dude.
I'm tossing and turning on this one. We got a 24-year-old in Rodriguez versus Frankie Edgar.
Yes.
And, this is the real legitimate challenge for Rodriguez. You get a tough wrestler who's a fucking cement head zombie that can't be stopped. I say that with all due respect.
Yep.
You just see how many times does that guy get rocked and popped, and he still keeps coming after you. Energizer Bunny Rabbit.
Non-stop. Never stops moving. And Yair, the only real fighter he's fought is BJ, and that was recently. But yeah, I mean, that was like, come on.
What version of BJ?
Not
is
real
that?
fighter. I'm saying. Let me rephrase. Veteran fighter that he's fought is BJ Penn.
Journeyman.
There he goes. Prior to that, it was all like up and comers or younger guys or people that are just starting out in their careers. This is a big deal because Frankie melts people. I mean, literally.
Then that's why I wonder, how does he approach this fight? So I watched the Frankie Edgar versus Jose Aldo fight again at UFC 200. And Edgar was throwing a shit ton of leg kicks in that one, and Jose was kind of baiting him to come in and playing more. You be the leader, and I'll be the counterpuncher. And Jose wasn't really throwing any kicks because Edgar is really good. If you're throwing like a leg kick or a body kick, he's good at catching that and dumping you. But is Yair going to get away from the kicking game? Because I feel that's his game. He's super flash. You don't know where he's coming. Is he coming high, mid, low, punch, kick, spinning? I don't know what the guy is throwing, but are you going to take that out of his equation? And is it going to be just a boxing match at this point? Because Yair doesn't want to get taken down. Or does Yair just go for broke? Just say, I'm going to keep throwing the flashy shit. Yeah. And maybe I'm just going to go high with it. Good. And you try to catch my leg if it's coming at your head. It's going to be a little harder.
It could be, yes. Or throw knees. Try to time some of that. Yeah, but he's so quick, Frankie. I mean, if he sees that opening, boom, he just takes it right to the ground. Right, and he's very... I mean, I feel like he's kind of stopped doing the super crazy herky-jerky stuff in the last few fights. He's slowed down a bit. Not like when he was fighting BJ and all that, where he's always just moving around, never stopping, but he still has that thing. And that's frustrating, I think, for a guy who's primarily a kicker to have a dude moving around like this all the time. Never back and forth, like always left, right, in, out, angles, and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know. I think Yair gets tired in this fight.
I don't know. The thing I like is it's only a 3-round fight. If it was 5 rounds, I would agree. But 3 rounds, I think he's okay.
Not even the 3rd round?
No, depending upon what kind of fight it is. Is Frankie going to make it a fucking wrestling match and try to grind him?
I know. I think Frankie's going to get on his bike. He's going to get on his bike and just...
Because he's got to be, again, he's got to be in on him. He can't be sitting out, like letting him tee off like BJ Penn did.
Yeah, get into clinch range and box from
and put him on his back. You didn't really see Yair on his back. I want to see, what does he have to offer?
Zero.
Anything?
Nothing. I'm taking Frankie all day. This is going to be Frankie by decision. I don't see it happening any other way. It's a lot, dude. There's a lot for Yair. I think they gave him too much to chew on. Frankie is like seasoned beyond seasoned. I mean, he's like a 40-day-old aged steak. It's ready to eat. That guy has done everything and anything. You know, he took the best of the best, 5 rounds. And I still remember sitting in that bar, was it Rockies or whatever the hell the place was, where we watched him and Maynard. Yeah, freaking KO'd,
murdered.
Gets back up,
that fight
and then he wins the fight, and you go, how is this possible? You got killed in the 1st round, like multiple times, flying across the cage. I don't know how they never stopped it, but he can't, dude, against the 22, 23? I forgot what you
23.
said. Yeah. No.
Edgar's 35.
No way, dude. No way. That's not going to happen. And if it does, I'll be shocked. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to flip it in my head. Like, literally, I think this is a 50-50 fight. And just because I'm not a fan of Frankie Edgar, I think that's why I'm leaning 60-40 Rodriguez. Right. I don't know what it is. There's some guys, and it's usually guys that have the title. I always root for the underdog. I feel like Rodriguez is the underdog. I want to see this guy be flashy. I hope he throws the kicks. I hope he keeps the kicking game. And if he, speed for speed, Yair's still pretty fast. I'm playing out that Jose Aldo fight again. Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar again. He caught him with some shit coming in. Like, I think he hit him with like a left hook when he came in once. He hit him with a flying knee. So if the timing's there, Yair can do all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Can you knock that guy out? Can Frankie Edgar be knocked out?
I don't think you can. I just thought it's impossible.
He knocked out BJ Penn.
He did. Well,
I'm gonna call a knockout. Fuck it.
Oh wow. For Yair?
2nd round. Yair Rodriguez KO. You heard it here first.
All right.
Go big or go home.
That's right.
Moving right along. Oh, and by the way, they both have a ton of like fight of the nights, KO of the nights. These guys are performance of the night machines.
Yes.
That means we should be in for a real boring fight.
You think so? I don't know about that. It could be, actually.
Yeah, you never know.
That's been the
motto of late.
All right.
We got for news.
Switching gears to something less.
There's a chick fight. Not covering it.
Not covering it. I bring you, sir, Nate Diaz holding Lodi Vintner's bottles of wine on a billboard in Lodi, California, promoting his freaking tank number 209 wine.
He's got his own wines now?
I don't know.
I didn't know he was all sophisticated.
I mean, there's a lot that's going on in this picture. It's hard for me to describe to you, but he looks gangster. He's holding bottles of wine like this. He's got like the mean mug thing going on. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a little better. I'm not sure who they're trying to market this wine to, but I'm not thinking it's the people who are like in the wine places sipping on wine. Yet, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on here. Do people?
It's getting paid. It's all about getting paid. He may never fight again, from what I'm hearing.
You think so?
You got paid too much money when he fought McGregor, right?
Yeah, like $1.5 million or something.
Yeah, I don't even.
Plus more,
multiple millions. I don't even remember what that payday was. 2?
Yeah.
Maybe 2?
Having fun. I appreciate it, but I just found it funny. That's how the freaking Nate Diaz. And there's a lot of talking going on. Dana's giving him shit, talking about you need to take this fight. They're trying to give him, what the heck is that? Somebody. And he doesn't want to take it. And Dana's like, well, you're not the superstar. Hello. Like,
oh, Ferguson.
That's it, Tony Ferguson. I wouldn't take that either.
Nate's in the driver's seat. Yeah. He doesn't have to take shit.
Well, Dana's got to knock him down.
Well, he's doing that to everybody, which is just... You need people to sell fights. He's one of the guys. Both the Diaz brothers could sell. McGregor you don't have the star power right now. That's why you're bringing the GSP back.
Yeah.
But you can't treat your stars like this, or everyone's going to want to leave.
Right.
So, UFC 213 shaping up pretty nice. A bunch of fights announced. We got Cerrone versus Lawler. Werdum versus Overeem 3, which I'm hoping will be like when Overeem is chasing Werdum and Verdum's on the ground going, "Come into my guard."
Come here.
And Overeem's like, "No." He's like, "Come into my guard." We have that the whole fucking fight, even though wasn't Verdum winning
He
the
was winning in the stand-up. He was lighting him up. He was, oh, yes, he was lighting him up good. That was the first fight I recall where everybody's like, whoa, Verdum's got some striking.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, got too in love with it, and he gets away from that.
Yeah.
He gets KO'd by Miocic running in. Who else? Anthony Pettis versus Jim Miller. Nunes versus Shevchenko. And now they have this cool poster, which I think might be one of the coolest ones they've ever made.
Oh, wow. That is
Just
really cool.
Straight up black and white, and then you got all these pictures in the background of, looks like just a crowd with the two facing off there.
I like it a lot.
I think we're going back to the heavyweights. Is the heavyweight the main card? Maybe. I don't know. You got a title fight, but I think you got to have the heavyweights as the main card. Even though that one has the potential for
boring.
Yeah, but I don't think that Werdum can get away with that because he's so in love with his stand-up. And Overeem is so crafty with his running. maybe Werdum will lay down and try to pull him in the guard, and Overeem will just run circles around him.
That'd be awesome.
You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. God damn it. I don't know.
Okay.
No, what's gonna happen? What else you got?
I got one more story and then I'm done. Donald Cerrone has not been active in the last few months, and recently it's become clear that it's because Dana has had some words with him and was like, "Dude, you need to take a break." And as
you put him in timeout, I heard.
Like, time out, sir. And Cerrone had tried to get another fight recently, and Dana was like, "Don't call me. I don't want to talk to you. Go take some breaks." The guy has been fighting like 6 times a year for multiple years, taking short notice fights. I mean, he was on a tear, and I feel like, man, it's a shame because he was like right there, and
on the precipice.
Yes, and the Masvidal fight just kind of ruined everything. And I'm sure Dana's thinking, okay, give this guy some time off. Maybe he knows things we don't know. I'm not sure, but
CTE is a motherfucker.
But Cerrone's crazy. He's like a super daredevil guy. He's out there skydiving and wakeboarding and doing all this crazy stuff. So, I mean, he could easily get injured or his dome rock doing that stuff.
Sure.
I don't know if it's safer or not than MMA, but...
If it keeps him happy, you got to let the man do what he wants to do.
Sure.
You know, his life is short.
Like, I come to, what's his... never mind. I was thinking of the light heavyweight guy. He says, I eat, I fuck, I fight.
Musasi, 185.
That's. I feel like him and Cerrone have a lot in common.
Yes.
But
that guy's been a world traveler of late. I don't know. I keep seeing Twitter. This guy's in like Singapore. He's in this pool, that pool. He's eating. He's fucking.
I'm fighting.
Doing lots of fucking. Like, I like that guy. He could be my new role model.
He's crazy.
Maybe he's your role model.
He is my role model.
Aspire to be a Musasi.
Musasi, yes. I want to be as cool as the cucumber as he is.
Hell yeah,
just like,
man.
I give no fucks.
Yeah, talk about probably one of the calmest guys when he walks in the octagon. Like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this fight thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! It's so scary. You're just way too calm. The calm guys are the scariest guys.
Oh yeah.
He's seen some shit.
Right.
Like Dana White said, you know how Anderson Silva was kind of giving the UFC an ultimatum, saying, I want to fight Yoel Romero, and I want it to be for an interim title. I think this was for UFC 212 in Brazil. Dana White just said, you know what? If you're thinking about retiring, you probably should retire.
Wow.
You're not getting an interim shot.
Ouch.
Isn't that kind of weird how they've been doling out interim titles, like they're going out of style, and now Anderson Silva, who some people will consider the greatest of all time, is not going to get one? Or what's going on there? Is this another way to disrespect the... Yeah, I call him a legend in the sport, and probably because he's making a little too much money.
Yeah.
And they want to use him to probably promote a younger fighter like the Kelvin Gastelum. Is that what's going on here?
I think that
Trying to force him out so you don't have to pay a guy a huge payday, or what?
I think Dana's still upset about the
Damian Maia fight.
Yes, I don't remember him being ever that pissed off. He left that fight because he was so pissed off. I think it goes back to that. Like, Dana holds a grudge, and you look at Anderson Silva now and like, hey, dude, wait a second. Like, yes, you're maybe greatest fighter ever. I don't know. I got this guy John Jones. If he stops doing coke and hitting trees and beating whatever pregnant women, then he'll probably beat you. But you know, I don't need you, man, and you don't deserve all this money we pay you. It's like, go away, you know, do what we tell you, or you know. And Dana is that cold where he's just kind of like, you fucked me one time back in Abu Dhabi, and you made that card horrible, and you ran around and danced, and you know, that wasn't the only one either. That was like the crescendo of everything. I think he was building up slowly.
Yeah, because remember he used to just fuck around in the
yeah.
Like, if you're the greatest of all time, why aren't you knocking people out? You're just sitting there dancing around. Look at me, I'm on the cage. You can't hit me.
Crazy.
He's doing all that bullshit, right?
He likes the gays.
So I know. And then there was that time, and then think about the time that GSP said he wanted to step away from the sport, and how pissed off Dana got at him. Like, you didn't fucking tell me. Fuck that guy.
Right.
Whoa. Who are you talking about? These are guys that are legends of the sport, and you have zero respect for anyone.
Yeah, it's more that in my opinion, than money. I think he's just holding a grudge, and he gets a chance to, you know, do whatever. But I honestly, can I be perfectly honest? This is going to sound bad. I don't care either way.
What?
If he stays or goes.
Anderson?
Not anymore.
He's a... I mean, He's a shell of his former self, but he still has some fight left in him. It's just... give him the right matchups. Is Yoel Romero the right matchup?
No.
Is Luke Rockhold the right matchup?
No.
I mean, look at the fight with him and Michael Bisping. He messed Bisping up pretty bad in that fight, and you know, there's that little controversy where he throws that knee at the end of the round, and I thought Michael Bisping was knocked out, and somehow he's able to continue and gets the win. But
takes it out, yeah. We'll see what happens. I think he fights again.
Yeah. And I just wonder, like, with Dana White, how much longer is he in this sport? I really, I got a question. He doesn't seem to get along with anyone. He doesn't, like Frank Mir saying, I text Dana White, he won't text me back. I don't know why there's all this disconnect with the fighters, and especially the senior fighters. It's almost like you are just food for the younger fighters. DJ Penn. Not Anderson Silva. I mean, you can go down the list.
Yeah.
GSP is supposed to fight Michael Bisping, and I think they're talking about October.
Oh wow, that far away?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't understand why, but I think Bisping should have a fight before that, and you know he'll lose the title if he has a fight before that.
Oh, no.
Maybe. Almost lost it there.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Move right along.
News? Nuts?
Nuts.
News is done? All right, great. Let's do it.
All right, who wins? CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar has an arm taped behind his back.
What are we talking about, wrestling or MMA?
MMA.
Brock Lesnar all day. Wait, which arm?
It doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't matter.
What if it's both arms? Is it still Brock Lesnar? He just headbutts him?
Yeah, it's still Brock Lesnar.
All right. CM Punk versus Ronda Rousey, but Ronda Rousey has an arm taped behind her back.
I think she still beats him.
She can't armbar though.
No, but she can choke. You can do all kinds of stuff with just your legs. Yeah, she still wins.
She's got thick legs. I agree. I don't think somehow CM Punk always loses on our show. I don't know what the hell that's about. Punk. Brandon Mason asks, "What are your early predictions for Lawler versus Cerrone?"
Oh, I don't want to think about this now.
That's coming up in 2 cards.
I think it's what 2.5, 3 months away. I think it'll be a war.
I like Cerrone. He doesn't have a problem fighting his friends. Look at the Melvin Guillard fight.
Yeah.
And again, another guy who doesn't look quite the same, Robbie Lawler. I think maybe wars are catching up with him. Little Rory McDonald-ish, changing training camps.
Yeah.
I think he was training with Henry Hoof.
Okay.
David Stacey asks, what do you think of Kelvin Gastelum of the no contest rule and a 90-day suspension over testing positive for marijuana?
I didn't hear.
Yeah, it just happened.
What during post-fight test? Is that what?
Yeah, but again, I don't know what level he was at. They were saying he's, because I forgot what state it was, but I thought the normal threshold in Nevada was up to 300 because I thought it was 150 before.
They raised it.
They raised it to 300. Wherever he was fighting, I think the threshold was 180. He was over it. Again, is that really impairing someone? If you win, how are you impaired? That's my point, right?
Well, I think they use it as a double standard. It's both an impairing agent and a performance enhancer. So I think that's one of the drugs where they go both ways, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, I don't know. I say they should just leave that alone. As long as you're not high in the cage, I don't have a problem with it.
This is the most ridiculous thing. This you got to push back on the fighters. Again, you guys got to unionize. You got to make something happen because you can't. I was reading something. I thought I just read that TJ Dillashaw was tested by USADA 4 times this week. 4 times in 1 week.
Wow.
What are we doing? Why are you fighters allowing this to happen? This is where you need a union. You need some pushback.
Well, Tim Kennedy wasn't.
What happened with that?
And
Kennedy. Yeah. No, and I think he re-enlisted back into the military.
Oh, did he really? Okay.
Oh, Trump's the president? Is going to be fighting?
Time
more? Back in.
He's crazy.
I get it, but weren't you leading a union or trying to?
Yeah, he had the USADA agents like at gunpoint.
We had Born Rebney, Cerrone, Tim Kennedy.
We'll see.
Fizzled out.
Yeah, 8 months ago this was a hot topic. Now, nothing.
Again, everything gets quashed, and maybe something will come out of this lawsuit, but who knows when that's ever going to come to fruition?
Nobody knows.
These things just take so much time, but man, get it together. Get a union. Get some sort of an association. If you want to be we're like the NFL. We have uniforms. Do something.
We have uniforms.
It's so bugging me.
We have uniforms too.
Right.
Are we like the NFL, Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
Great. Awesome.
And then Rodrigo Machado will close it out. It's time. # Nuts Roll. # Matt Rave Train. # Eagle Sugar Daddy. Would you rather have unlimited movies or unlimited games?
Ooh. I'll take the games.
Yeah, I agree.
I think.
Because some of these games are just shit. And if you buy them from Amazon, you can return them. Just
guy.
a life pro tip here.
His game is defective. What do you mean? He made it a week. It fucking sucks. It's defective. Send it back.
Just
I can't believe they take those games back.
They do it every time.
They do it every time. It's defective.
Oh my god, they're so terrible. Some of the games. I forgot what I played. No, there was some game that I played and I was getting fucking nauseous. Because the frame rate was stupid.
Left 4 Dead or something? Or?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Far Cry
a
Million or something.
Yeah.
I was getting sick. I had to return it. Then take it right back. 1 week. I love it. Games. Who do you prefer? Katniss Everdeen, who's Jennifer Lawrence, or Hermione Granger, Emma Watson?
I will take Jennifer Lawrence all day.
All day, all night, all day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No question.
Fappening, gents. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have X-ray vision or the ability to fly?
X-ray vision, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to fly.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Dude, I can fly.
Yeah.
The X-ray vision. I don't need to see X-rays.
Oh,
I want to fly.
I want to be. I'm gonna put my caveat. Your X-ray, you can dial it in and out, so you can see just straight through clothes.
I think that we messed up.
Yeah, it would.
Because you know what?
But what if you couldn't control it?
That would be bad.
And you could only see your mom naked?
Ah, that's messed up. Scary.
Every time you see your mom, you can see her naked.
That's why flying is less complicated. It's just you fly.
Well, flying, I have to agree. Flying would be better because you can just get places.
Yeah. And plus, you could be like,
don't worry about it. You can fly drunk,
take off
too.
those panties. Look, I can fly. It works.
You're going to get them just as much.
That's right.
You fly.
Like, I'm levitating. Take off your panties. You know?
That's right. Fuck, Marry, Kill, WWE edition number 7.
This is like never ending with the WWE.
That's the thing. I never knew they had so many women in the WWE.
Apparently.
All right, first we're starting with Emma.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm liking this so far.
And then Eva Marie.
She looks dangerous.
Yep. And finishing with Kaitlyn.
Oh, wow. I think I got to marry. Whoa.
That's serious.
We're going to have to marry Kaitlyn.
Okay.
Number 2 is getting shot or whatever.
Yeah.
And number 1, just, Oh man, that's a tough one. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and fuck her. That's fine.
Okay. I will agree with. I'm killing Eva Marie.
She's very plasticish.
I'm fucking this Kaitlyn chick.
Wow.
She is thick. That looks fun. But this Emma one, that's my speed. That's the Marianne type right there.
Okay.
Dirty. Into knowledge. You got anything for this week? I don't have anything.
Knowledge-wise?
Yeah.
I'm thinking right now, knowledge-wise. No, not really. I'll say this on the show. I recently stopped taking allergy medicine and I realized I think it was making me feel kind of anxious and stuff. So, although that's why I'm coughing a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to readjust to this, but
it's nothing to do with all the cocaine this guy's doing.
No cocaine, not today. So the question is then does that stuff actually help or hurt? Because it seems like it creates other problems. And yeah, I'm coughing and the allergies are messed up, and that does work for that. But then is it worth being anxious and feeling all weird? It's such a trade-off.
I think that's all the prescription drugs. Like it'll take care of one thing, then your dick is broke. So then you got to take another pill to make your dick work again. But then you're bleeding out your asshole.
That is a problem. You just put a plug in there.
Right. And so it's like one.
Which means more
you
dicks.
get some benefits, but then there's some
bleeding
negatives, and it's just this whole problem.
It is a problem.
You're not even watching. See, I can't even ask you. What are you watching any shows?
No, dude, I haven't watched TV or video games, or I've been reading a lot and just living life. I've really not. It's weird. I have no urge to watch television. I don't even watch the news. It's like I don't want any part of it. No thanks. Leave me alone. You know, I do. I have Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
You know, I probably will binge watch the whole season.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
First one was good. What else am I watching? I've been watching this tiny house show. I'm fucking into that. Little tiny houses. I want to build me a little tiny house in my backyard.
There you go.
Or behind the garage.
You got space.
I used to have these massive trees, and we had a fucking tornado come through, just rip all the trees down and destroy my neighbor's garage and fence and all that shit. Now I have no trees, so it's kind of disappointing when you always wanted to build a tree house for your kids, and then all your trees are destroyed.
Yeah.
How about we build a tiny house? We build a tiny house? I don't think I'm gonna have electricity up in this tiny house, but it'll be fun. That's all I got, man.
All right, that has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. Be well out there. My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, thanks for playing.